Who are you?
Hello, I am Juan Carlos Carmona. I am 38 years old. I am from Mexico City. I am a professional racing driver here at the Nurburgring. I'm gonna race the 24 hours at the Nurburgring, but I need your help. Please follow this GoFundMe link where you can put any quantity of money, and also you help me a lot with any like, any comment or sharing this video. See you at the 24 hours.
How did you get started in the motorsport?
2009, I won the Best Young Driver Bridgestone in Mexico. After that, I started to be an instructor in Mexico City in this track. In 2012, I come here the first time to the Nürburgring. I make like 100 laps in a Clio. After that, I come back to Mexico. I get crazy with the Clio and I make my Clio Cup with my team, and then the 24 hours in Mexico. In 2015, I go for the Nissan GT Academy at Silverstone, where I was the best Mexican that I raced against the other countries in the final race with Turkey, US, Egypt, and also Australia. And then I get a very good overtaking since 5th place until 2nd.
Has tenido ese fuego dentro.
Queremos representar al país y estos colores.
Y te digo, yo nunca te he visto como campeón. Pero vas a ser tú quien represente GT Academy.
México es por ustedes, señores.
Lo haré con mucho orgullo y con todo.
Gracias. But what we can say, you need to be always never give up in this thing of racing. In 2017-18, I started a karting academy with some kids. Ernesto Rivera, actual Red Bull Junior driver for Formula 4 in Europe. 2019, I come here to the Nürburgring to get my license and to start to get racing in the BMW's M240 Cup, the Porsche Cayman. In 2020, I made my first 24 hours in the Nürburgring with a BMW M240 Cup.
Busch und Juan Carlos Carmona Chavez aus Mexico City. Viva, viva Mexico.
After that, in 2023, with a Cayman, I get the next level for my license, the Permit A, that now I am available to drive GT4s, GT3 Cup, and GT3 cars. For the next 24 hours, I will be racing one of these fast cars. I can really show my true potential because you are not driving backwards, taking care of the fast cars. And with that cars, I know I will really show my lap times and the speed that I have in this track.
Why Nürburgring?
You know, I started to drive this track on the simulators and video games, like I think a lot of people also do it. After 2012 that I arrived here the first time because they want to close the track, you know? I want to really drive it in real life. 8 years later, I first drive my first 24 hours in 2020, and now 13 years later, I want to make my second time the 24 hours. This place is almost 100 years old. All of the legends driving here, Jackie Stewart, James Hunt, Niki Lauda, even his accident. So, you know, this track is real thing of boys. It's not for the kids, and this place is unique in the world. You don't have any other place with 25 kilometers in the woods and where you go up and down like a roller coaster and you are flying with the cars with over 100, 200, 300 kilometers per hour on the straight sometimes. So, crazy.
Why the 24 hours of Nürburgring?
Like, you know, Jackie Stewart called this track the Green Hell. That was on the day. Just imagine at night. That's the unique opportunity to drive this particular track on night with all the GP track and all the 21 kilometers over the forest. With no lights, anything around, only the trees, your car, your lights, and yourself driving almost totally blind. Even, for example, in the 24 hours of 2020 that I made it, there was rain, fog, and even they need to cancel the race because you can really not see anything. And also, like I say, with the people camping around the track, putting all the like neon, all the barbecues, all the music, it's a really big party. So, I will not tell you anymore. I will see you in the darkness of the Green Hell.
What does it feel to drive on the 24 hours?
You know, this track is very tall. Each stint is of 6 or 7 laps, even 8 in some cars. So you are driving per stint more than 125, 150 kilometers per stint against different type of classes of cars, GT3 cars, GT4s, and even slow cars. The awareness that you have to be around the track with all these blind corners and all the different classes of car. This race is really unique. The track, the feeling of driving on track is really special. The elevation changes that you have to train a lot physically, mentally, and even with your soul, because you really need to accept that in this race can happen everything. There will be also a lot of bad crashes because the difference of the speed of cars, that I really want to invite you to come here like a spectator or to a driver, come here and race at the real racetrack with the real championship and with the real drivers at the 24 Hours of Nürburgring.
How did you get your permit?
Like Max Verstappen this weekend that he came to the Nürburgring to make some laps in his own racing team. For me, it was a little different. I came in 2019 to get a course in the driving academy of the Nürburgring, where you get first day a track walk in one of the buses that they take this track walk. They show you different corners, different techniques in this type of corners. After that, you go back to the classroom and they make an explanation about the different type of flags, about the Code 60 and the stuff that is very nice because the races never stop. You keep running. Only the marshals are working to take out the cars or fixing all the rail. After that, the Friday you go to make your lap following a lead car with an instructor. You make 6 laps following him, and after that you make 12 laps by yourself. After the course, in the afternoon, you get your permit B. But with that permit B, you are only allowed to race not small cars, but BMW M240 Cup, Caymans, and cars that are not the big ones. You start to race in the BLN or NLS, the name of the championship. You need to finish 3 races with results to get the permit A. That I make 2 in 2019, and then the third one, this co-driver crashed. That's why I cannot get the full license in the permit B to make the 24 hours. I need to come again in 2020 to make a 6 hours race in a Cayman, and then I can start to make the 24 hours in 2020. I come here in 2023 to drive a Cayman more faster, 9 minutes 44 around BLN, 25 kilometers. I get allowed to get the permit A. And now with the permit A, I can drive GT4, GT3 Cup, and GT3 cars. The big ones that are racing in this track. If I'm driving a GT3 car, I really know that I can push and I can have a very good result in the class.